Right, welcome to Bromsgrove TV, ladies and gents. Today we have the men's singles at Bromsgrove Indoor Bowling Club, the championships of 25-26, and they're just having their trial ends at the moment. I'll just give you a read up on what bowls they're using, and let me see now, here we go. Yep, John Cracknell is using Aero Quantum size 3, and Brian Lees is using Drake's Pride Professional size 4. They're easy to recognise. John's playing with the blue bowls and Brian is playing with the grey ones. So I'd just like to say welcome to Ellen and thanks again for putting on this production. Had
Morning, Richard.
A little bit of a hiccup last night with the server.
Yeah.
So we do apologise for that. There's absolutely nothing we can do because it's not at our end. But hopefully everything will go pretty well today and you'll enjoy a great game of singles bowls from Bromsgrove.
Yeah, it should be a good game today.
Yeah, two of the top players at the club. And we got Chris Jenkins, our president. He's doing the marking. So we've got all the stars on the ring today. And then we got the one star, which is Ellen, doing a little bit on the keyboard.
No, you're the star actually, because our viewers missed you yesterday.
Yeah, well, they don't pay enough.
Although I did give them a clip.
Did you?
I did, yeah. Yeah.
You showed me up. You give them a clip of me making a fool of myself again. Yeah. Thank you, Al.
What was the score again? Oh no, we won't go down that road. Oh, bless.
Right, so it looks like the lads are just having a couple of bowls each instead of the 4. So it won't be long before we're underway.
Let's just have a look at the scoreboard.
There we go.
Looks good, doesn't it?
Looks good, yeah.
I'll take it off for the time being.
And we're playing on ring 4 at Bromsgrove, so...
Yeah. Notorious.
No, yeah, not the easiest ring to bowl. But looking at the trial ends, it doesn't look as if it's too bad. Oh, my mistake, they are having the allotted 4 bowls up and down.
I'll come and sit by you now, Rich.
Right.
Have a slurp of my tea. Oh, Nita's done her housework. She's sitting there with a cup of tea.
Flipping hell, Nita, you're on early. Welcome. Welcome to Lee Drew, Terry Turner. Welcome.
Turner. Yeah.
Good morning, all. Haven't you got any housework to do, Lee? You know.
Oh, give him a slap when you see him next, Lee.
Mind you, it is your mixed pairs partner playing today, so
Yeah.
I suppose you have got to support him. Right, last bowl, last trial end just coming down. So I think we're in for a cracking game, as I say, two of the top Bromsgrove bowlers. Yeah, I think Brian was last year's champion. So it John?
I don't know. Can't remember.
Oh yeah, it might have been John. Well, it was one of them anyway. John, sorry about that.
Yeah, are yours? Oh,
Welcome, Anne.
and he also won the two wood singles.
Right. Right, Lee, we won't say no more about it. Good morning, Jane. How are you? And Case, good morning. So we're on our way. And John, by the look of it, John won the jack. Yeah, pretty good start by both players.
Yeah, snuck in there.
Yeah, two good woods from John. These two players know one another very well. They've played in triples and rinks together, so they know one another's game very well.
Morning, Leslie.
Yeah, morning, Leslie. Brian coming up a little bit short there. Welcome to Darren. Darren's come to join us on the commentary. Probably had a lie-in this morning.
Yeah, good morning everyone. Wasn't quite sure what time the start was, whether it was 22 or 10 o'clock, so that's my excuse anyway.
I'm glad you're here.
I haven't missed out any action yet anyway, they've only just started, haven't they?
Yeah, first end, yeah. Yeah, thanks very much, Terry. Remember to like, subscribe and share.
Is that black coffee? Okay.
Yeah, so, is this, it's just 21 up, isn't it, this?
Yeah,
And no respots, is that correct?
Dave, there was a little bit of full game, yeah. There
Yeah,
was a
full
little
game,
bit of early on, but they've sorted it out. No respots.
Right. This should be a cracking game. Two of our finest bowlers.
Yeah,
Two of our finest draw bowlers. I think both players have won it multiple times, haven't they?
Oh, they have,
I know
yeah.
John's won it 3 or 4 times.
yeah. I think I said Brian won it last year, but I've just
Yeah.
been told it was John. So
Yeah. I don't think Brian's won it as many times, but he hasn't been at the club as long as John and the rest of us, has he? So.
But anyway, a good start to the game straight away. They're both on the ball, or should I say the jack. John
Control.
playing controlled weight, yeah.
Down his backhand control weight, and he's very close here. He's got something, hasn't he? And he's got it. Oh my word.
Well, he's holding 2 now. So that was a good,
He'll be
good
happy
start.
with that. I mean, Brian has got quite a bit of room to get in, but worst case scenario for John now is 1 down, which is better than it was a couple of minutes ago, a few seconds ago.
Brian draws another one like his last. He'll
Yeah.
be holding shot. Morning, Bart. How are you? So you got a big day today, England versus Scotland in the Charity International.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, enjoy yourself, Barty. Stay sober.
Morning, Hutch. Yeah, and good morning to Nick Flatters.
He's
Just
got
a
the
little
line.
bit short.
Yeah. Looks like two John first.
Yeah.
down.
So a good piece of draw bowling and a good weighted wood from John.
Right, so John's up to the first spot with the mat, 2 metres up from the tee. I'm guessing he'll aim to get the jack around the tee,
Yeah, he won't be far off the lake.
30-ish metres. Is it staying on?
No, it's
He's
not.
ditched it, so I'm guessing Brian will move that mat up
I know, yes,
at
I
least
think.
another 2 metres, I would think.
Yeah, he'll be up a bit. Oh, he's coming even further.
Yeah, he enjoys playing the short game, Brian does. I've played him a few times and he's caught me out with the short marks. So he's pretty much right up with this mat, so this is going to be a minimum 23 metre marks. I think that jack does need to be reaching the tee, and he has.
Does, yeah. Yeah, well done. I think he's given us a metre or so on the mat.
So John bowling forehand.
Just travelling through a little bit.
Yeah, not a bad start
No.
on a different length.
Yeah,
Certainly won't be last. Brian bowling on the opposite hand.
yeah. Morning, Graham. Yeah, see you later. Yeah, good start by both bowlers.
Yeah. I would say maybe John's just about in there, but
Thanks, Di. Get yourself all prepared, guys, for this afternoon.
count yourselves lucky you're bowling indoors and not outdoors like some of us.
Oh yeah, how's your bowling started?
Not looking forward to it. Brian changing his hand, coming down on the forehand. It looks like he's on a skinny line, but if you can get him...
Just pulled up a bit, yeah.
Left that almost a yard down, good 2.5 feet down that is.
Yeah, just let the viewers know we've got a nominated pairs match this afternoon at 1:30. Diane Arnold and Graham Arnold versus Jane Sippets and Rick Sippets.
All family affair then.
Yeah.
This looks better from Brian.
Oh, that's a shame.
It's close. I think John's just got it by the
Yeah.
looks. He does give Brian a shot with his last ball, depending what John does, if he wants to. Guessing John will do, well, he'll be just drawing, won't he?
He'll come his back, his forehand, I think.
Yeah, he'll come either way, really, can't he? Wants to just try and get onto the jack off either hand, doesn't he? Yeah, backhand, he's going to try and drag it round the back.
Oh, he's a little bit rapid, isn't he?
Well, if he's reaching, he won't be too disappointed.
No.
It's going to finish well.
Gives Brian a chance to just push
Yeah.
on.
Brian, he'll be coming on the forehand to try and punch his last ball to
Yeah.
take the shot wood out and maybe pick a two up. be controlled weight, just to maybe a yard or so heavy. Just enough to get some movement on that shot
Yeah.
ball.
Good morning, Mark from Lillishall. Welcome. Yeah, opening day for a lot of people today.
And he is controlled weight, probably about ditch weight, 2 yards through. And his woods, well, unless he gets a bit of luck,
No.
he's found the gap.
Yeah.
And one John. So John taking control early on, 3-0. Again, up to the first spot with a mat. I'm guessing Jack on or around the tee, 30-ish metres. Just short, but obviously wanted to make sure he kept the jack on this time.
Yeah. Yeah, always best to play what you like.
Well, he's within 2 foot of what he was aiming for. He'll be happy with that.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be so happy with that one. But there again, he's bowled to the tee, hasn't
He's in a good spot there.
he? Yeah.
He'll pick up any moving jack. Brian following him down on his forehand. And
Yeah, lovely weight.
yeah, touch tight, touch light, that's all. Good enough for shot as it stands.
So how's your outdoor started?
I've got my first Saturday. Well, I'm not really bowling weekends this season, but I'm helping out today. Got our first Saturday match today. I'm away somewhere. I can't remember where. I've got to Google it. So should be interesting.
John's took a bit too much out of that one on his second bowl.
Yeah, he won't be very happy with that.
Ryan's definitely gone wider with his second wood,
This looks better from Brian.
if he gets there.
What is it Brian's bowling with, Richard?
Brian's bowling with, I've got Drake's Pride Professional.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He certainly seems to be giving them a lot of green, doesn't he?
Yeah. That's his other woods wasn't taking the green.
Yeah.
His Tigers.
That's unusual because, I mean, professionals are generally a tighter wood than a tiger, aren't they? Well,
Oh, John, that's very unusual.
well, 9 times out of 10, John would punish you if you hadn't got in with your first 2 bowls. That third bowl would normally be on that jack.
Yeah. Definitely giving Brian a chance here.
It looks like he's got a decent track. It's all down to whether he's got that extra yard of weight.
No.
And they're pulling up, aren't they? They were last night when we were on here, I thought. The rinks were a bit of a
A bit
push.
sluggish.
Yeah. The heating is on. It's quite nippy outside. I'm guessing over the next half an hour the pace will pick up
Yeah.
a good yard or so, providing the heater stays on. John really needs to get in with this one.
He's turned his hand.
Yeah, it is an open draw either way. I mean, if he is running into that wing bowl, then he's running wide anyway, isn't he? But the perfect shot should be through the channel. And it is. And he just really well. I'll be surprised if Brian doesn't get in there. He's got a yard around the jack to bowl with, hasn't he? A yard or a yard and a half even on his last ball should be enough. he's sticking with the forehand. He's sent his previous woods on that hand, so just got to find that adjustment on the weight. This looks better.
Better, yeah.
Yeah.
He ain't got there.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm afraid he ain't
I
got
think
there.
he's just fallen out anyway, hasn't it?
Well,
1 John.
that was a get out of jail game there.
Yeah. I think Brian will be kicking himself for that. Not very often. He won't get many options to get in with the woods that far away. Once John gets in a rhythm, he's pretty formidable.
Thing is with John, you can't afford to give him the easy ones as well.
Well, you can't give him anything.
No.
He'll punish you. 9 times out of 10 he'll punish you. But as will Brian, usually. So same mark, 30 metres, forehand.
See, the ball seems to be finishing coming this way a little bit.
Yeah, well the Quantums have got quite a nice finish on them on these rings.
No, I didn't. I meant they don't pull up so much.
Oh right, yeah.
Going the other
Yeah.
way, they seem to pull up a wee bit.
Yeah. It will be perhaps slightly warmer up this end of the green. Brian's gone through there about
18 inches.
18, 20 inches, yeah.
Yeah. Looks a bit light.
Looks a bit skinny as well.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it did hold the line, but left it a yard down. So really Brian's aiming to draw inside his last ball, which should be good enough to get the shot. He's coming on a good
There
route.
it is, come in. Oh.
Perhaps
Yeah.
he needed just a fraction on the white and a fraction on the green. So John will be aiming probably to draw onto Brian's back ball to count and cover. Again, he's on a good line here. Should get a good finish on it. Coming back lovely. Yeah.
Yeah, well bowled.
He'll be okay with that. He'd have perhaps liked it to have come through slightly behind.
It's given Brian a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, well, I think Brian might come a little bit controlled at that to try and get it between the blue and the grey ball
He's tight.
onto the jack or onto the woods, just to either open it up or move things around. And that didn't really, well, I think,
It's still 2 down. I think.
yeah.
But
Now I should imagine John's probably going to be trying to get one behind here just to cover that jack coming through. Because, you know, I think Brian's last shot will be weighted on the backhand to punch that front ball
yeah,
and move that jack.
he won't be short anyway. We know that.
I think if he can get it about a yard behind the jack, that's probably in a good spot.
And he sent it out, so as you just said, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all right there. The worst thing now is one down if Brian does get it.
That's it, yeah.
But to turn John's wood over and just move that jack enough to get shots quite tricky because the jack's probably going to go straight to John's ball that he's just bowled.
I mean, how it is, he might push it, hit John's bowl and stop. So he might give Brian the shot.
I mean, the only other thing is perhaps if he hits that front bowl and then gets a split on the two woods just in front of the jack,
Yeah,
and take them both out.
yeah. And have a chance at 2.
Yeah, I think it's definitely controlled weight on the backhand to hit really any of those front bowls.
I think we agree he's got to be up.
Yeah. Well, there's not really a draw shot. Well, it would be one hell of a draw shot, wouldn't it? I think with the professionals, I don't think he's quite got the finish on them to get in on a draw. Yeah, he's definitely got some weight on it. And he's close. He's definitely into the pack here.
Yeah,
Well
bowled.
That is the perfect
Yeah.
ball. Well bowled, Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think John did pretty much everything he could there to cover that.
Yeah.
And that was just a fabulous wood there from Brian. Gets him into the game. What's he going to do with the mat?
Couple of metres. Yeah.
He's keeping the mat where it is.
Seem to seem then,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he didn't bowl it a little shorter. You say, maybe seam to seam. 28-ish metres, 27, 28 metres. No, he's kept it pretty much the same, hasn't he? Yep, same mark. 30 metres, give or take.
The heating's on now as well, so that'll make a lot of difference.
Brian choosing to bowl the backhand.
Oh, he's a bit short here.
Yep. The only saving grace is it does make it slightly more difficult for John on his forehand, which I know he prefers. It's the wood, although it's not in his weight, it's sort of in the eye line. And it's quite easy to push it out that extra little bit, knowing that the wood's there.
John's come tight.
Yep. Only got perfect line. Just missed the weight.
Right, the marker is our chairman, president, Chris Jenkins. Chris has been with the club a long time, done many roles here.
Yep. So Brian looking for that extra
2.
yard or so of weight.
Yeah.
4 or 5 feet.
Mm,
It's better, but I
still,
don't think that's going to be good enough to win the end.
no.
John decided to have a go on the backhand. Just got to get round that front bowl, and he has, and that's a great bowl.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, just bowling with that confidence and knowing that you'll get round the woods if you've got the perfect line, and he's done that. So that's probably 6 or 7 inches behind the jack. And Brian also turning over and coming on the forehand. Might be a little bit more tricky with the professionals to get in. It's a good effort. Yeah, just fell short, around about a foot short.
Lovely line though.
Yeah, it's a decent second bowl. John sticking with the backhand, trying to repeat what he did with his last ball. He's liking it, he's running, so he's liking it. Might get a fist punch in a minute.
Yeah, he's there.
Oh. Not quite counting. I think Brian's got to be drawing.
Yeah, he can't do nothing else.
That's sort of the more open hand for the draw shot with the professionals. He just wants to make sure he's up really, doesn't he?
Maybe a bit wide.
Yeah. I think the weight was good for the job. He just needed to be at that wood or so tighter to get onto the shot ball. Looks like he's... I think it's only one down, isn't it?
Well, that's what they've called.
But John has got room to get in. If he can bowl within, what, 15 inches of the jack, it'll be good enough to count. No real danger, no real pressure, so...
He looks a bit tight.
He's not up, is he?
No.
He'll settle for one, he'll be happy with that. He's in control, he's got a 4-shot lead.
Yeah, just stick at it. As we always say, it's giving the big numbers away that kills you
Oh yeah.
in this game.
Definitely.
You can keep them down to ones, you've always a chance.
Yeah.
But you're always in with a shout, aren't you? That's
Yeah,
the thing.
absolutely. I mean, Brian's only four shots behind. That's 2 good ends away, really, isn't it?
2 twos, he's
Yeah.
back in the ball game, yeah.
And the thing is, you're not limited on ends, so you're not really chasing the game at any point, as long as you're within the time.
That's coming well.
Yeah, good start from John. Keeping the mark the same as what they've been playing for pretty much
It's a good start.
most ends.
Yeah, very good start.
Jack high, 2 or 3 inches to the side. Decent reply from Brian here. Just going to run through, but he'd prefer to have it behind than in front, I think. Just a yard heavy. Yeah, John will be happy with this one. Just
rough.
that's
nice.
that's almost locked the front ball in. It's certainly made it more tricky to move. I think Brian needs to play a similar shot to his last ball, similar weight. Just cut that green slightly and try and drag it through. He's changed his hand, he's coming on the forehand. Looking really just to play that reach and draw shot to perhaps get the split or get onto the shot ball or get the jack clean.
Just going to go, I think.
No, he's close. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
White's beautiful.
yeah. If it had probably been the same weight as his last ball, he'd have probably got the target, wouldn't he? Anyway. John turning over and coming on the backhand. He's looking to try and land on that jack just to drag it behind or into his balls.
He doesn't want to widen the
But if he's-
target. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, well, he's in. Yeah, he's in for 3.
not in a bad spot there. So Brian coming on the forehand. He's a bit more positive with this one.
Thank you.
Just
And
gonna-
the same again, yeah.
Yeah. Well, barely reaching. He'll be disappointed with that. I think because he's struggling with the draw shots, I think he probably would need to be a little bit more positive, I think, with his last ball.
I would have thought
To move things a little bit, because he's struggling to find the draw, and it's going to need to be a great draw shot to get anything.
Yeah, I thought he might have been a bit more positive.
Yeah. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if John didn't come on the backhand, just to come around the back and split those two grey balls up, just for a bit of cover. Finishing somewhere between the two balls behind would be good. Well, he's
a little bit in no man's land there, I think.
Yeah, well, if he does run the jack right through and ditches it, then there's a chance the jack could go off to the side. I think John, the weight was perfect. It's just perhaps he could have been a yard further in towards the jack. Yeah, controlled weight from Brian now. Aiming to just get inside his front bowl and get onto the jack.
Well, he's got his front bowl. Might have cut one out.
Good effort.
Yeah, two to John. Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah. So John in control at the moment. And John's main aim now is to try and keep this jack length similar and get that lead bowl in. If he can get his lead bowl within 6 or 7 inches of the jack,
put the pressure on.
It's putting Brian under constant pressure, and Brian does seem to be fishing a little bit at the moment, trying to find it. Now, where's that going? He's actually bowled the jack out of rink. I don't know if we're playing with one of our dodgy jacks. Some of our jacks, I'm sure they're crown green jacks. They seem to have a bit of a bias on them, don't they?
Well, we've always said this game favours the crown green bowlers.
The trouble is, it's not the same bias as the woods.
Yeah, we haven't quite conquered that part of the game, have we, really?
So I think Brian's bowling his thumb this time.
Morning, Darren. Welcome. It's all right. I'm sure that's Darren. Yeah, I'm getting to know who he is with the.
All right, just confusing me.
Yeah.
Right. I've been here half an hour. What are you welcoming me for? Right. So John shortened it this time. 3 yards or 3 metres shorter.
No, Brian has.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, bowl out of, jack out of rink.
Yeah. So Brian's just.
Yeah, so we're around about the 27-ish metre mark.
Now this is when he needs a good wood in to.
Well, that's a good start from John.
Well, I'm saying this is when Brian needs a good wood to.
I hate talking in metres. I'm all feet and inches.
Yeah. Old school. Yeah. Oh, he's got a good line.
Yeah, good reply here from Brian.
Falls over now. Yeah.
I think that just about wins it.
Yeah. Darren's finished his indoors, has he? So, IBC TV. Yeah, we're nearly all there, I think.
Yeah, I'm finished now on the indoor.
That's good wood from John.
Yeah, he had a bit of a shoulder there to use, and he's used it. Falling for shots. Similar bowl from Brian to get a similar result.
Yeah, he's definitely tightened his line.
Yeah, well, you can afford to be a bit tight, and also you can afford to be up to a yard, well, half a yard heavy, just to.
Oh, so close.
Yeah, weight was good. It's finished well.
Yeah, good catcher.
So John's just going to try and get another one in. I don't think that one's reaching, is it? Don't look quite right. Yeah.
No, he's given Brian a chance here.
I think Brian will probably play a similar ball. I don't think he'll take too much off the weight. Not now, he's got the back ball there. Yeah, he's definitely playing into it to try and get that jab
He's
back.
tight though.
There's another one waiting there.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure John's going to be drawing to that wing bowl now, or even behind the wing bowl.
Yeah, morning to Raymond Taylor, President of the English Bowls Federation. Welcome.
Yep. So John turned it over and come in on the backhand this time. On the forehand, sorry. Just to play that covering ball. And it's going to finish in a decent spot.
Yeah.
Covering, well, it's covering both the backwoods pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah, Brian's just chasing this a little bit, isn't he?
Yeah, it's that covering ball probably isn't good enough to get him shot if Brian does get the jab, but it's to, you know, probably sure he doesn't go more than one down, unless Brian can pick the jack up and run with it.
Yeah, as long as he gets around by John's front shot wood.
He's aiming to spin that jack across to his wing ball.
Oh, that's a bit high.
Yeah, he's struggling with these balls, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's pushing a little bit.
Ooh.
There's only one down, so it's not the end of the world. But he's going to want to get himself back into this game ASAP. I mean, John's got that 7-shot lead now, which is, you know, that's a nice little margin when you're
a lovely buffer.
Yeah, you know, you can afford to perhaps take a risk or two if there's an opportunity to pick up a big end. Where Brian's got to sort of try and bowl safe now to get back into the game.
Needs a couple of good ends to.
Yeah. He needs to be winning in the next end or two. He doesn't want John getting into double figures without him scoring again. So John back on the mark, the old 30 odd metre mark.
Hello, Raymond. No, I didn't win last night. I got pretty well stuffed.
You weren't the only one, Richard.
Yeah, we
less said about that, the better.
On a good beating last night. Yeah.
I think you're on target for runners-up in that Friday night league, aren't you, Richard?
I don't play for anybody.
Oh,
I only help out. I only
right.
help out when people are short.
Right.
Steve, I think Steve signed me up, but he was a bit of a. He shouldn't have done it really. He should have just left me on my own to plod on.
You can still play reserve for anybody anyway, even if you sign up. So.
Well, nice big gap there for
Brian's
Brian.
got a big opportunity here. John's giving him more room this end than he has in the last few.
Yeah.
Can he find one? He needs to.
Extra. A little bit of extra to Raymond. I'm at that time now where I'm really sort of can't wait for the indoor to finish.
Yeah.
You know, and have a break.
Well, Brian really needs to get in with that. I think John's going to nail it with this next one.
Yeah. So he's giving him too much.
Well, I enjoy the indoor. You don't have to worry about the weather, do you? I mean.
No, I've enjoyed it. It's just that
Yeah.
the trouble with the indoor and the outdoor is that they overlap.
Yeah. Well, with the Crown in particular, they overlap big time. So Crown always starts early.
Yeah.
As soon as you get into April, the Crown Green starts, and we're playing till sometimes the third week in April on the indoor, aren't we?
Yeah. You know, I wish the indoor and outdoor could get together and sort of 12, 13 years ago, you were having a couple of weeks.
I think it's all down to revenue. The longer you can keep a season running for, the more revenue you're going to get in at the club. So I can understand the logic of it.
Well, I can, but the point is, it sort of it don't give you time to recharge your batteries.
No.
And I think there's quite a few teams suffer with people saying,
We
well, we're
always
going
do.
to have a holiday, and
Yeah.
of
Well,
course...
you get some players who play indoors who will not play outdoors till they finished indoors because of the difference in how you play the game,
Exactly.
how you deliver your woods, and vice versa, coming from the outdoor to the indoor at the end of the summer, although that's less of an issue generally. So John's got a golden opportunity here to nail
Chew
it.
it up.
Well,
Yeah, I think he has.
he'll be happy with that. I think it's counting and also giving reasonable cover to that back ball.
Yeah.
I think Brian's just got to try and get that perfect draw going. He's got to draw within a foot or so of the jack to count. And he is struggling to find that weight at the moment.
He don't like this.
He doesn't like it. I think it's weight, is it?
Yeah, I don't think he's dying.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not going to be happy. 2 down. That's 10-1 now. John well in control of this.
Yeah, and John's like a dog with a bone. He
Oh
won't
yeah.
let go now.
Yeah.
And as you said, he's in the position where he can take risks, whereas Brian's a little bit...
Well, with this kind of lead, it's going to be very hard for Brian to get back into, because if Brian does get anything around the jack, John will just be up and at it, and he'll open it up, and he'll hit 3 out of 4 if he plays any running balls.
I mean, that would be your... what you'd like to happen is that John does have to fire, and he's not quite on the ball, but as you just said,
Well,
he's pretty good.
yeah. I mean, having said that, sometimes hitting the target, you do have to have a little bit of a rub or a bit of luck as well to get the result.
Yeah.
It can go wrong.
So, you know, this is where Brian needs to...
Yeah, see, John's a yard behind with that. He won't be too disappointed because it's in the game there, and he can bring that into play if he needs to. Brian bowling on the backhand seems to be his preferred choice.
This is better.
Yeah, he's managed to get the adjustment this time.
That's better from Brian. It's there.
Not a bad effort. It's about 2 foot behind on weight.
As I say, he wants a couple of 2 or 3 ends. If you can get 2 or 3 ends, you'll make John think a little bit. And John's a little bit wide, is he?
Yeah, because John's bowling his backhand as well. Now, I know John normally has a tendency to bowl the forehand if it's an open draw, so I'm just wondering if he's struggling with if he's not happy with the way the woods are finishing on the forehand going down.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you're 10-1 up, you can't be grumbling at it, can
Well,
you?
also he's bowling with Brian. He's bowling the same hand as Brian, so maybe
Oh, this is a good one from Brian.
Yeah, he'll be happy with that.
Yeah, that's better.
I think John will be playing a similar shot now. Backhand, reach and draw shot. He's got it away well.
He's heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, perhaps a yard or so too much on that.
Yeah.
But you see, John's in a position here at the moment. He's only 1 down, and if he wanted to, he could have a go for that jack to ditch it for a potential 4.
Exactly.
Now, if he was only 1 shot in front or whatever, he'd be probably playing the draw shot. Now, it wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me if he didn't go for the jack here, jack or shot ball.
Yeah.
It's a gamble. If it pays off, it's and he's running at it.
It's gone.
It was worth it. He's 9 shots in front. Worst case scenario, probably 2 down.
Brian just needs to come in, pick the jack up half a dozen inches and get a 3.
Yeah.
That would certainly book him up.
Well, if he can draw it on the backhand and just get a tickle on that jack, move it 6 inches, perhaps bring that wing bowl in for a potential 3. But what he doesn't want to be doing is getting an edge on the jack and moving it back towards the blue bowls. It's just that draw shot, making sure you're not short. I don't think that's getting back, is it, Richard?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, he did get back.
Yeah,
Only
yeah, he's
got
got
it.
2 at least.
Yep, 2 shots, Brian.
Yeah.
Settle for that. What's he going to do? Is he going to play John in his own game with the same length?
Yeah, he's going up
He's
a
gone
wee
up,
bit.
he's gone up an extra 2 metres, hasn't
Yeah, so he's playing 3/4 now,
Yeah.
probably.
he? Yeah. I'm guessing the jack will be on or around the tee. So we're on about the 27, 28 metre mark.
Yeah, this is a big end for Brian, this is.
He needs to get this lead wood in, try and put a little bit of pressure on John. John hasn't really been under pressure, has he, as yet?
No.
Bowling backhand. And if that jack is on the centre line, well, it's only about an inch or so off the centre, but
Good start from Brian. That's more like him.
yeah,
That's more like it.
yeah, that'll probably take a little bit of pressure off him there. He'll be relieved that he's got a decent lead in. I think that's the first end he's had a lead wood within a foot of the jack, isn't it?
Yeah. John's a bit short, yeah.
Yeah. So Brian's managed to adjust to the new length better than John with the first bowl.
That's helped Brian
Yeah.
being in the way.
Well, he's turned over and come on the forehand this time.
Yeah.
And he's got dead weight.
Needs a bit of a target though.
Well, yeah, it's a big area to draw into, but he's still counting 2. So
John won't be panicking just yet.
well, John, it's a nice shot for John to play here, isn't it? Drawing into the
He's
pack.
tight.
Yeah, well, he's been caught out, so if Brian can get another one in, and then John will probably be thinking about, well, shall he draw to save then, or
Push it
open
through.
up?
Yeah.
And this is a good ball from Brian. He's drawing to count, but he's behind the head.
Yeah.
He's counting 3. That last ball's finished about 18 inches behind the jack.
That's a better height from John.
Yeah, John's definitely reaching with this one. Is he going to get back quick enough?
Yes, he certainly is.
Yeah, that's one thing with the Quantums. I've got a lovely fish. Has he found the gap?
Well, he has. Well,
Well, he's certainly
good
saved
place though.
one, I would say.
I think Brian
So,
will turn
Yeah,
his wood over
I
now.
think Brian's probably still holding 2.
Play the backhand now, do you think?
I think so, yeah. He can afford to be playing, just drawing on that slightly tight line to perhaps get a tickle on the jack, edge it across, or land on John's nearest
Yeah.
wood and fall in. Or alternatively, get one behind
Yeah, he's
the tee.
definitely gone backhand.
Yeah, I think John will be drawing forehand to try and drag that jack through to his nearest ball.
Brian likes this.
Yeah, that's in a good spot. That is in a very good spot. That's almost covered that forehand off now.
I don't know.
Well, on a draw line it has, I think.
Yeah, I don't know with the.
I mean, I think John's wood would actually get round that on a perfect draw, but Christ, the margins are small.
He is drawing as well.
So I think John's aiming to land on that wing ball and falling. He's close, you know. What a lovely bowl this is. What a
Well
fabulous
bowled,
bowl.
yeah. Well bowled. Well, we did tell you it was going to be a good game.
Yeah.
Some good bowls.
John's in the zone, as they say.
Yeah, he's
11-3.
yeah. He could have easily have fired and give it all a big belt, so to speak.
So Matt in exactly the same spot as all the previous ends, or majority of the previous ends. Jack on the tee. 30 metres or 30.5 metres. Backhand draw with the first ball.
So back to what he likes. Yeah, good start.
Yeah, it's a good solid start, that is. Perfect weight. Ryan following him down. Looks like a decent reply. Just going to hang out, is it?
It comes at the death.
Yeah, the weight's good. Weight's perfect, isn't it?
Might have shot now.
I'm not sure. I would say John's holding there, looking at the way they are. Camera angle can be deceptive.
Yeah.
John's up that one a yard down, or 4 foot down. Yeah, there's Woods. His prawns just pretty touch.
Who's holding up there, Chris?
Just a touch too much on that, finishing a yard or so through.
Right, confirmation. John's just holding.
So John deciding to turn over and come on the forehand this time. Certainly on a decent track.
A bit wide, I think.
I think it's way more than anything, is it?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, a bit of each, isn't it? Yard through the head.
Oh, Brian's gone the same way. Oh, Brian. That's poor from Brian.
Again, he's not going to get many opportunities against John to get in with Wood so far off the jack. You know, John, his nearest ball's nearly 2 feet off, which by John's standards is
No.
quite loose.
And John's hold a
Well-
loose one as well.
Brian's not going to have a better chance than this to get in against John.
We got Dougie on board, Dougie Wilcock from Bulgaria. Welcome, Dougie.
Come on, Brian, you need to get in with this one. This looks half decent. Looks good enough for shot to me.
Yeah, that's there.
That's better, Brian. That's more like you. That's
Yeah.
much better.
Yeah, that's much more the Brian we know.
What's he going to do?
T for T now.
Is he going to play him at his own game? T to T, they haven't really bowled T to T, have they? Yeah, probably full length then, I would say. So I think you're around about 32.5 metres. Right, so he needs to get his arm back now.
Yeah.
I think it's okay, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Finished 4 foot behind the tee, so he's well in.
Sometimes your heart goes in your mouth, don't it, when it rolls past that
Well, it's
tee.
so easy to just give it an extra little push
Yeah.
on it.
You ain't happy with that? Just a little bit tight.
Barely reaching, isn't it?
This is it with the good players. They know as soon as it's left their hands.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
know,
John's coming on the forehand. It's
favourite hand.
it is, but that wood isn't in a great position for him. I mean, on the perfect draw, he will get round it, but quite easy to. If you're bowling slightly tight, you're going to run into it, or slightly
this.
light. No, he's found it, hasn't he? Look at well, he's probably holding, but he could have done with Brian's wood not falling over at the last minute there. He might have just skipped past it. So John finishing a couple of woods short of Jack Eye, and about 2 feet off the Jack.
Right, Brian's going a lot higher, and this looks a lot better.
Yeah, this looks like a good adjustment from Brian. He's happy with this one.
Yeah, well bowled. That's great
Called it,
bowling.
yeah.
That's more like the Brian we know.
Yeah. Now, what's John going to do with this? Is he drawing with this one, or is he going to trundle down? Reach and draw shot, maybe?
I don't think he can do much.
It's definitely a reaching shot. It's just like an overdraw, isn't it? Which
He ain't far off.
which is exactly what he's done. I'll tell you what a reply.
Yeah, super.
Good enough for shot as well. He'd have been happy just to move the Jack, but to get shot out of it as well is a bonus.
Yeah. Good morning, Wayne. Welcome.
Brian's coming up, following the wood to have a look at the head, and this is looking like a very good effort here. Oh,
Yeah, he's there. He's there.
is it there? Close for shot.
Yeah. John will stay with his original hand, I think,
Forehand,
pushing his up.
yeah. I mean, he has got the draw. He has got the draw on either hand. If he's going for a perfect draw, he will get round the woods if he's got the weight right.
Morning, Rob. Don't forget, guys, you sign up to Bromsgrove TV. It doesn't subscribe to us. You don't cost you any money, and you get all the information once you press the button, the bell, notification bell. Yeah,
But all donations are welcome.
to me and Darren. That is.
Well, I'll leave a link for my bank account details.
That's a bit tight from John. Right, we'll see Brian now trying to push, come round the back a couple of inches. Would be nice, I think, that.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be unhappy if he could push his ball over about 8 inches, I think.
I think just a perfect draw shot, isn't it? If
Well,
he
yeah.
does play into the pack, it's only going to make it better for him. So
Struggling, 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 struggling.
well, he will be disappointed with that.
Well, John certainly played some weight here.
Yeah, he's into them. You're not going to find the gap, is he? Oh,
Yes, well,
I think Brian's just about got it, hasn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah, one to
Yeah.
Brian.
Oh,
So,
got away with that a little bit there with a
Yeah.
couple of,
important thing is Brian's won the last couple of ends. He's edging himself back into the game
Yeah.
now. He's only 6 behind, which is still a decent margin for John, but 6 is a far better than 10 to get back. If Brian can win the next couple of ends, get back within 2 or 3, then
yeah.
it'll just put John under a little bit of pressure to up his game.
Well, it'll just make John think that it's
Yeah.
not all plain sailing.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And perhaps play a slightly safer game and a less riskier, take a less riskier
cool.
approach.
Yeah. Oh, the heating's just gone off, so
So we've gone T to T again. It's worked for Brian on the last end.
could do done
Yeah.
with another 2.5, 3.
Not a great start, but again, John sticking with it. I'm surprised at that. That to me would look right on my draw line bowling down there. I know he will get inside it with a perfect shot,
But he hasn't.
no.
Well, like you alluded to,
I mean, he knocked him up, but again, I think John's pretty confident he can beat that on a draw shot coming the other way anyway, so it's not the end of the world. Brian's not happy again. Is it white again, I believe?
yeah. As I say, as soon as they let it go, they know, don't they? Well, oh, he's pushed that. Pushed that. Oh, that's great. 2 down.
Yeah, it's more like Brian.
Yeah.
He wants to be doing that. He wants to be doing that with his first bowl, though, not his third bowl.
Yeah, that's much better from Brian. It's got to start to make John think about it. No, it's staying out, John.
If he's
Well.
if he's finishing behind, it might give him a shot with his last bowl if he doesn't want to draw it.
Well, Brian.
Ideal shot for Brian there would be another draw shot on that same backhand, but finishing perhaps 18 inches behind the jack to count and cover. Or even perhaps 18 inches in front of the jack.
I think I'd prefer in front. John's got a lovely line between the 2 bowls.
Yeah.
And John isn't afraid to have a go.
No.
Oh, you here, Brian? No, you're not.
Well, he'll be
Well.
okay with that. That's a good ball there.
Well, it certainly narrowed the angle.
He makes it. I think John's playing the draw shot now. Forehand draw. I'll try and draw to the shot ball.
Did have a little moan there, so
Yeah, he hasn't put
Oh,
enough on it,
yeah,
has he?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well short.
Needed 2 yards on that really to get the result. Well, a good yard and a half to
Oh, it's a little bit of a loose end by the lads, really.
yeah. Prize managed to pick a 2-hour out of that.
Yeah.
Back within 4 shots, so he's going to be the one now.
Well, this is a very important end now for Brian. He can pick up a couple on this. It's
Well, changing it to T to T, that extra 2 metres, has worked in his favour.
yeah.
It's sort of taken John out of the game a little bit.
Yeah, normally Brian goes the other way, doesn't he? Short.
Yeah. But
Likes
John's
the
no
short
more.
ones.
He knows. You know, he's a
Yeah.
good type bowler generally.
But Brian will be looking at the score and thinking it's a lot healthier.
Yeah.
I would have known it this time.
Forget. Can't get the stuff.
So Brian's first ball again. It's for this to say they've been playing best part of an hour now. It's a little bit loose by his standards. He's not going to be happy with the way he's playing at the moment. He's got a lot more to his game than what he's showing.
Yeah, and
Not a bad reply from John, but he has left enough room there for Brian to get in.
yeah,
He's, 20 inches behind the jack.
yeah. This is a bit tighter from Brian. Probably go away because he end up.
He'll be disappointed in that.
Now, what's John going to do? Stick with the forehand.
Just needs to find good weight and stay off that front bowl.
Yeah, this is
Shot.
better. This is better.
Yeah, that's a good bowl from John. That's probably about as good as you can get on without tickling the jack and moving it. And Brian, I should imagine Brian will come down on the forehand.
Yeah. Just wants to be inside his own wood.
Yeah, well, the professional's running a little bit tighter, so I don't think he's got any real problem getting inside his own bowl. And he can afford to be sort of drawing onto John's shot bowl and falling. Doesn't really want to be dragging the jack, does he?
Well, as long as he goes with it,
This is a great effort. A little bit unlucky there. Not a bad shot. He's
just a little bit too much. No.
no. So John playing a draw. So a great effort.
Tell you what, he might have a go at this.
I think he will. I think to get shot on a draw, it's going to be a fabulous draw shot. And Brian's draw game hasn't been that great, has it,
No.
today? I would say he'll trundle down at that.
Yeah,
Try and get the jack clean or get onto his own wood and punch John's wood out.
just give the viewers a John is using the Blue Woods and their Aero Quantum, size 3. Brian's using the Grey Woods and their Drake's Pride Professional, size 4. I hope Aero and Drake's Pride are listening. Now, Brian used to play with Tigers, but the last couple of 3 months he's switched to Drake's Pride.
Yeah. Right, so he's going to come controlled weight on the backhand, I presume.
Yeah,
Yep.
he definitely, he ain't far off.
He's close.
Oh,
Well, it's no worse.
no, he's just
The
the
only
one.
thing now is John has got an open draw either way.
Yeah, well, that's all he
Today.
has got, yeah.
That's a risk because if I caught my own, I've got to be honest. I caught my own,
Yeah, he's no worse than he was before, so it's a good shot from John. Wow, just pulling up, yeah. Yep. Just to let the viewers know, we've got a nominated pairs match this afternoon at 1:30. Diane Arnold and Graham Arnold playing Jane and Rick Sippets. And that's at 1:30, so that'll be an interesting game.
John's gone 4 metres up with him at this time, 2 metres up further than normal, and he's just managed to keep the jack on. So the 28 to 28.5 metre mark. Keep that be worth some money in 50 years.
Yeah, good start from John.
Yeah, good start from John.
This ain't bad from Brian. Yeah, that'll keep.
Yeah, decent reply from Brian. It's in a good good place there, just behind, a yard or so behind.
Yeah, good weight again from John. Good morning, Sally. You relaxing, ready for your match tomorrow? Well, this is coming well. What a great effort. Falls. Are you sure? Little bit of banter between the player and the umpire. Umpire stroke marker. Oh, John's a little bit tight with this one. Well, he's give Brian a bit of a chance here, Darren.
He has, yeah. A he can drag that jack through, pick up through the 3, he'll be happy bunny.
Oh, Brian's gone with the in a long way away, you know.
Oh, blimey.
Well, of all the
I should imagine he'll be going again. Similar shot.
John will have to cover, I think.
I'll be on Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no problem. Okay, let me next interview. Yeah, bye.
A few gaps there now, Darren, and
There is, yeah.
it's got to be.
I think Brian's got to play it though.
No, he's drawing. Yeah.
He's going for the draw, isn't he? And he's put it through.
It's just kicked out.
It's a great chance here for John to pick a 3 up to give him a really good lead.
We can't.
Oh, he bowled all his balls.
Yeah. So 2 for John there. So John sticking with his forehand. Not a bad start at all. Yeah, be quite happy with that. Great effort.
Good
Well
reply there
bowled,
from Brian. Oh, lovely draw shot.
Yeah, well bowled. Well, John, leave it there. Well, he's been positive. He's kept it tight. Yeah, just stays out a little bit on that end.
He's finishing in a good spot though.
Yeah.
It's about a couple of foot behind the head.
Yeah, this
Another
is
good
good.
effort from Brian. Finish
Well
well.
bowled, yeah, that's good.
And counting, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously the front bowl. How far off is the shot bowl, please?
How far is yours up the shot ball?
No, Brian's front shot bowl, how far is that off the jack?
Off the jack, about 2 inches.
And the last bowl?
That's
8.
6, 7 inches.
Well, he's got second shot out of that. John will be happy with that. Nice tight head building up.
Yeah, Brian just needs to tickle that white across a little bit. What a great effort.
Oh, it's just not quite, I don't think.
Oh, oh.
I guess John's going to be trying to draw, isn't he?
Do you think so?
If he can tickle the jack or land on that last ball that's just come in, it's going to be probably good enough for a shot or a good second. I think.
Well, he's got 3 shots, hasn't he? He can
Yeah.
either come inside the grey one at the back, tickle the jack, or just nudge the front grey one.
Yeah. I don't think he wants to be taking any real risks because
No.
obviously there's a wood to come as well. He's still got a 7-shot lead, so he'll probably be okay with just dropping one.
Just a bit wide.
A cracking effort. No, Brian hasn't got an easy shot here. He's
No.
really only got the perfect draw, but he doesn't want to be touching the jack. Ideally, he wants to be drawing onto his last ball and falling in for a definite 2.
Yeah, John's front wood is not being helpful to Brian either.
Well, if he plays anything with weight, it could go badly wrong for him, so it's not nuts. It's a good effort, this is.
Just wide.
Almost a perfect ball.
Did you hear what you said?
Probably. I said almost a perfect ball.
Yeah, well, you did, yeah. You covered yourself.
Brian's 2.5 metres up.
Yeah, he's on the seam, I think.
Yeah, he's put the
Plays
back
on.
of the mat on the seam rather than the
Yeah.
front, so it's just the length of the mat's further up than normal.
So just having a little bit of a comfort break.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get the address for where I'm playing this afternoon, so I know what time I've got to leave. It's
Where are you at, Tony?
Willenhall and Nordley, which is Wolverhampton way, isn't it? Nice green actually, very hard green to play.
Right. Club Championships 25-26 at Bromsgrove with you're watching on Saturday, which is today, you're watching the men's singles. 1:30 start, we've got the nominated pairs. And then on Sunday, 12th of April, 9:30, we have the ladies singles. At 1:30, we have the mixed triples. And at 7 o'clock, we have the Aussie pairs. So, as I've said before, subscribe, press the notification button. Doesn't cost you anything, and you get all the information that Ellen puts up on the screen. And many thanks for watching anyway. Right. Off we go again. It's a little bit short from Brian. Lovely line. This is better from John.
Yeah. Again, Brian really needing to be tighter with that lead ball. He's nearly 3.5, 4 foot down. He needs to be getting in with this ball. perhaps overcooked this one slightly, but it's not in a bad place. A yard or so behind the head. Second bowl as it stands.
That looks a bit wide to me.
Yeah, John's not happy with that. I think now the heating's gone off, it's probably changing a little bit, the green, isn't it? The woods aren't working as much. You've got to give them that little extra push, and they're just not finishing.
Sometimes you just a little bit more adrenaline and it's...
Yeah.
What's the longest shot?
So John's still holding.
And the last Brian's 2 woods behind, how far through are they, please?
That's about 18 inches. That's 2 foot.
18 inches.
Right, Terry, what it is, Aussie pairs,
Yeah.
is the first 2 bowlers bowl 2 woods, then walk up the to the other end. Those at the other end come back and bowl 4, and then they return and the others come back and bowl 2. It just gives both players a chance to lead and to skip. So it's an interesting game.
Keeps you fit.
Yeah, well done, Brian.
Yeah, you needed that, Brian. Is John going to draw that? I would say he is. Coming on the backhand, open draw.
Yes,
Trying.
no,
Is he
yeah,
reaching?
yeah,
Well, Brian will be pleased with that.
certainly will.
We've lowered the gap to 5 shots now.
Yeah, could
But,
do with a couple of good ends now.
Yeah, he needs to keep it really, because John's getting towards getting closer to that finishing line. I think once you're on 16 or 17,
17, yeah.
it's game on. That's when your opponent can start chasing if they're 6 or 7 behind.
Yeah, you just got to remember when you're on 17, every bowl that's played is one off what
Yeah,
you need.
yeah.
So, how do you full bowls?
But as the opponent, you know you're under pressure, because if you take a risk and it goes wrong, it could be the end of the game.
And we all know how, if you get to 20, how hard that is to put away.
That
But
last shot is always the hardest shot to get.
right, so let's see what Brian's got in the tank.
T to T again. It's worked for him previously, so.
It's all about getting that first wood in there, and
coming down on the backhand. You'll really want to get this within a foot of the jack if you can.
it's a bit tight.
It's weight, I think, isn't it?
Yeah,
He's left that nearly 2 yards down. Not going to be happy with that. John's definitely going to be punishing him for
yeah,
his first ball.
this is good. Yeah, well bowled.
Still room to get in for Brian, but it's going to have to be a good shot. He's hitting the line, so if you can find that weight. And it's a good effort.
Well, this is good.
Oh, Brian, just...
If I go far off the jack,
Yes, please.
6 inches.
6 inches in it. John drawing on the backhand.
And you have to reach on that backhand. Come on.
White's not bad, it's just don't get back. Finished a couple of balls short on white. That's about 8 inches on white. Brian's got to be up. It's looking tight.
Tight and tired.
Yeah.
I'm surprised John turned it over.
Well, he's gone down the floor, and I think he's aiming just to cover. He's happy because he's holding shot.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, it's not quite second, but it's not far off. And Brian's got a little bit of a dilemma here. I think really the only real shot is a good draw shot on the backhand, isn't it? Well, backhand or forehand. Probably slight preference to the backhand. He's just got to find 2 feet on his last ball. The green's not too bad if he's reaching.
I mean, he can go forehand, come off his bowl, and if he's too tight, he could push Brian John's head. But
he can bowl either way. I think the backhand is probably the slightly favoured hand, and Brian has been bowling the backhand more during this game than the forehand.
It's tight again.
Well, he's got weight on it, so.
Oh dear.
I still think it's only one, but John has got a wood to come, and if John plays a similar shot and he moves that jack, he could potentially pick a 3 up.
Yeah.
Because if he's playing just to turn his wood over, his wood's going to stop and possibly be in the cans at the end. Even saying that, he might just bowl the perfect draw. He's got a foot or so to draw around the jack, and he'll be happy taking 2, put him on to 16.
I think that's it. Draw if he gets that little touch on the
Well, if he
wood.
picks a 3 up, it's a bonus. If he picks a 2 up, he'll be happy with that.
Yeah, far off.
And it's a lovely effort, you know.
Down!
I'll tell you what, that might be enough.
Yes.
Might be enough. Yes, and it is.
Yeah,
Great shot.
it's a big
What a
3.
lovely
that
ball
is.
that was. Very hard to get that right, and he's absolutely nailed it. That puts John on to 17, so it's game on, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, every shot now takes him.
Well, Brian's got to think very carefully now about shot choice. He can't afford to be taking any silly risks. He's just got to try and pick up the end. So,
Wow.
John bowling forehand with the first ball, around about the 27-metre mark.
Looks good.
And it's a decent start. Weight's very good. Jack high, or wood behind the head. As near as damn it, jack high. Brian following him down on the backhand. He's looking tight again.
Just lost it a little bit.
Yeah, I think he's been struggling with these balls, hasn't he? Which always a risk when you change your woods after you've been used to bowling with certain woods for so many
Well,
years.
I don't know. I think he's been bowling well with them. I think
Yeah.
it's probably just he hasn't quite clicked today.
Well, John turning over this time and coming on the forehand and bowling 2, almost exactly the same spot, holding 2. Brian really does need to try and get shotwood with this ball, take the pressure off a little. Coming down on the backhand
Yeah,
again.
that's better.
Nice big target to draw into there.
This is better.
A shot.
Well bowled.
Yeah. I think it needs to fall. I think it needs to fall to count.
I think it might be shot.
So a slight favour for Brian's bowl, although it's a measure. So John playing a similar shot. Just going to hold on.
Oh, unlucky.
Well, it was probably counting anyway, so
Yeah,
not the end of the world.
similar shot for Brian.
Yeah, John's got a choice here with the last ball, hasn't he? Depending what Brian does with this one. He can try and draw for shot, or he can take a gamble and try and get that jack back for potential 4 and match winning.
Oh, Brian.
And it wouldn't surprise me if he didn't, to be fair. He's got a good margin, hasn't he? 8-shot leader, isn't it? So,
Oh, he's having a little
yeah, he's
run.
having a go. I don't blame him. If he gets it, could be game over. He's got it. So that's a fabulous ball. He's probably holding 3 shots here now. Definitely holding 2, I would think. Could be 3. Okay, Brian has only got to draw behind those woods to get second ball. Now, the ditch they haven't marked, Chris hasn't marked the one. I'm going to say, I think, yeah, well, John's definitely going to come out with shot.
Oh, you're right.
So Brian's bowling for second wood. He's got a fair margin to bowl with there, decent draw shot, make sure he doesn't send his wood off. Should be good enough for second. That's pretty much what he's got to settle for this end.
Well, the thing is, Brian's only got a bowling to save.
Yeah.
second
Well, the
wood.
jack is in the ditch around about a foot to the side of the centre as we look at it on the left-hand side, and John's wood is, well, it must be touching the jack or an inch or so off the jack. So Brian's just aiming now to keep this on for second ball,
Yeah, that'll do.
which he's managed to do. So great bowling from John. Having that big margin of shots gives him the option to take that sort of risk. I think if there's only 1 or 2 shots in front, he probably wouldn't have. And he got a great result, put the pressure on Brian, and fair play to Brian, he did bowl to save. But John's confidence is going to be sky high at the moment. He's
gosh,
bowling
yes.
well, he's got a great lead.
Yeah,
And he probably feels as though he's just got to win the next end or 2 to get over the line.
he's got to be feeling that Brian isn't quite at the races today.
He's not at his best.
No.
Brian, of course, has got a busy weekend. He's in about 7 finals, I believe, isn't
Oh,
he?
yeah, yeah. Yes, he certainly is.
Good start from John. 5 or 6 inches behind the jack.
Keeping the pressure on.
Not a bad reply from Brian. Is it good enough to win?
It is.
Oh,
Ooh,
I'm not
I don't
sure.
know. Don't know.
I think John's just about got it. Measure for shot. John just looking for that perfect draw shot onto the jack and just tickle it an inch or two behind to count for a definite two.
He's not too far away.
Well, he's going to. That's in a good spot there. It's waiting.
Brian needs to just come round his own. Oh, he's turned it
You've got to
over.
find a perfect draw shot, and of course, any movement on the jack is going to probably end up giving it away. So.
Oh, I'm surprised he's come that way though.
Yeah, no, I am. I thought.
My dear, this ain't a bad effort. Yeah, a little bit surprised that.
I think if John gets in with this next ball, I think Brian will need to go positive, won't he?
Well, he'll
To
have
try and open it up or kill the end.
I think John's a bit tight, isn't he?
John's liking it. John's liking it.
Still all in favour.
Still a measure for shots. Trouble is, Brian knows he doesn't want to take it to a measure and lose in a measure. So will he come on the backhand and try and play his woods into it? Will he come forehand and play weight and just try and open it up? Or will he just try that perfect draw on the forehand?
I think he'll come backhand and then see what happens. Can't see him going forehand.
I can if he's coming with weight because
Well, he is going forehand.
looks like a draw. Looks like a draw line.
Yeah. He's trusting to his game. Oh, what a ball this is.
What a wonderful ball.
What a great ball.
What a wonderful ball. Now Johnny's not going to be drawing that. Johnny's going to be playing to move that jack.
Yeah.
If it goes wrong, he might go one down or a couple down, but he can afford to take that risk.
Well, if he gets the middle of them, he's...
I mean, he hasn't really got to whack it, has he? He's only
No.
got to turn that wood over and get some movement on that jack.
push the wood onto the jack. That's...
Yep, controlled weight. It's a big target to run into. He's going to hit something. I'm not sure he's going to get the result he wants, but oof.
Well.
Now then, he's probably going to risk throwing another one in.
What do we say? Holes for bowls?
He's at one and a measure at the moment as it stands. I think if I was playing the draw shot now, come on the backhand and try and promote that measure
Yeah.
to guarantee two shots.
Yeah.
You could play the perfect draw shot on the draw end and just tickle that jack and end up going down. He's going for it. It's a brave shot.
As we all hold our breath.
He's coming
I'll
well.
tell you what, are you having a good go at it?
That is
a
a
ball.
fabulous ball. Definitely two
Superb
and a
effort.
measure.
2 and a look. Super Bowls by Brian. Very brave and well bowled. Two.
So 18-11. Still a lot to do for Brian, but he has got the jack, he has got control, he's just got to keep plugging away.
So Brian's still in there, as we always say. It's always the hardest part of the game to get over the line.
Yeah.
A lovely weight. Feels very tense,
Yeah.
does it? Do you feel it?
Well, it's what we all want to win, isn't it, this one?
Yeah, it's the prestige one, yeah. Good wood from Brian. Oh. Has John sent this? Didn't feel as if he had. How about you, Brian? Have you? No. Just a little bit tentative. Oh, John certainly put a little bit more behind this one. And he's there, yeah, he's in. Oh. Well. Now what's John going to do? Draw? Yep.
Probably holding just the one, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah.
He'll be happy with that.
Well, it looks like two.
Yeah. Well, he's nearly there now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Jack in hand, he only needs one shot. Set a mark, get your first wood within 6 or 7 inches, and you can relax then and let your opponent do the work.
Right, it took them that up a couple of metres.
Back to where they started, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
The 30 metre-ish mark.
They both played well, as I say, but John's just been a little bit more consistent. And I think, to be honest, I think Brian let him get into his head a bit. He seems to be blasting himself up.
Right, John will be hoping to bang one on the jack
Yeah,
now.
forehand draw, ideally within a foot of the jack.
It's a bit tight.
Yeah, it is, but it's not a bad start, you know.
No.
I mean,
No, he's all right. He can work with it.
it makes it a little bit awkward for Brian to bowl the backhand on a draw, although it's not really in the way. But so Brian coming on the forehand.
Just probably a wee bit wide.
Yeah. White's absolutely die for. Might be good enough to count as it stands. But I think John will be a bit tighter with the next ball. I think he'll be on or around that jack. He's going to be relaxed. He's not feeling
This
any
is
pressure.
nice height.
Good effort. Again, the white was banging. Brian looking to just get inside now and get onto that jack. They're not really getting back, are they? All three of those balls.
Well, definitely one down.
Could be two now.
Two.
And the last bowling with the front bowling drawings in relation to the jack, please.
Front ball is marginally, marginally on the line, basically.
This is better.
Perfect draw.
This is better.
The white's good again. Is it going to get back?
Yeah, he's got it. Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Well, I think whatever, John Brian needs to be coming on that. He needs to be coming on the backhand now, and he needs to be trying to just get a tickle on that jack.
Yeah, you
Get a tickle on that jack. If he can get an edge on that jack, it could be potentially three.
Definitely second. It's took the front bowl off.
Yeah, it's got to be backhand now, Brian. You've got to put your eggs in the basket.
To me, it's a no-brainer. It will be backhand draw shot. Slight tight line. As long as you're reaching, you're going to be in the count.
Yes, a couple of big bowls for Brian now.
Big wood this. If he can get it and get a potential three out of it, then
I was surprised he
tight.
played that way.
it's tight, but he might get an edge. Oh dear.
He hasn't had no luck with the running woods, has he, really?
Yeah.
He's been very close to...
He'd got to
being
play
there.
it.
Yeah.
The question is now, what does he do with the last ball? Does he go a bit more positive at it, try and get that shot ball out, ditch the jack, or does he try and play that perfect draw shot hard?
Is he two down? Or one?
Well, he's got to win the end, whatever, hasn't he? Somehow he's got to win the end. Now is John trying to cover the back, or is he trying to draw in?
Lift that.
Yeah, he's covering. That's a good That's a good wood from John.
Sensible.
Yeah.
Sensible.
I mean, there's room for Brian to get in there on a draw, but he struggled a bit, especially with the line. And he might even be in sort of two minds here what to do, which makes it worse. I still think it's got to be a backhand draw.
Well, he must think he's holding second.
Well, he's coming with weight. That's not a draw. That's not a draw line and draw weight. So he needs to get the shot ball out or get the jack and drag. Well, he got a result there. I think he was always going to need perhaps a little bit of luck to get something out of it. Just the one. He'll just be glad to be back, to be still in the game.
Keep going. I say, he ain't had much luck, so probably just deserved that.
I think John's been the better player, and that's obviously reflected in the scoreline.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, maybe not good enough to be. Maybe the score doesn't justify the game, but I think Brian would admit that John has been the better player on the day.
Yeah.
More consistent, and he plays some big shots at crucial times. It's not over yet, though.
No, but that's it.
Brian going pretty much tee to tee.
Coming round nice.
Yeah, good start here.
That's more like the Brian we
Yeah,
know.
that's good for a first ball.
Yep.
I think anybody would be happy with that as a lead ball.
Bit of high.
Not a bad effort from John. He's just making sure he's not short because he's got last ball, hasn't he? So he might have options with the last ball
Yeah.
to finish it off.
Yeah,
But it doesn't matter. Brian can draw 3 shots around the jack. He'll have no control over what comes with the last ball. Not a bad effort. Probably just about counting, I would say. So I've just got to lose that yard of weight, and if he can manage that, he'll be on the jack.
Oh, he's tight. Tight light.
Yeah. Brian goes again.
Really wants one on the jack now, just to pressure. Put a bit of pressure on.
Coming very well. Probably makes it a little bit easier for John now, a little bit more of a target just to reach into with a draw shot. He likes it.
Yeah, he likes it.
He likes it.
No, he's heavy. High.
Fine margins.
What is it? High, wide and handsome.
He hasn't got to change much in fact he probably hasn't even got to take any off the weight to get him with the next ball. He's got to land on the wood, hasn't he?
I think
So
he is.
Brian currently holding 3.
I mean, Brian's thing. If I can get a 4.
I think Brian knows he's got to nail it with this one though. Coming down on the forehand, probably a sensible choice.
Yeah, he's got good height.
Got a bit reaching. Yeah, you'd be a bit disappointed with that.
Oh, that's... Well,
I think John's just going to be drawing this. Drawing to the tee, isn't it? If he's drawing to the tee, he's going to land on the balls and fall in.
that would be
He
the
was so
start.
close with the last ball. He's looking good. He's looking very good. Got it. That's game over. Well
That was
done,
it,
John.
yeah.
Great ball.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed
Yeah,
that
well
game.
done, lads.
Very, very entertaining game.
Yeah,
Um,
well done, John Cracknell.
Yeah.
Commiserations, Brian.
yeah,
But a very good game.
yeah.
And I think they struggled on a difficult rink, as we said.
Yeah, I don't think the conditions have been ideal today, have they?
But everything was good. Now, just to let you know, we have nominated pairs coming up at 1:30. So you're all invited to that. You're all invited to that, and thanks to Ellen, thanks to Darren.
Absolute pleasure.
Darren is going to be leaving us
Yeah,
and going and playing that silly game of Crown.
absolutely. I don't disagree with you.
And I hope the rain keeps off for him. Thanks
Don't
for
worry,
watching.
I've got
Thanks
my
very
brolly,
much.
so- yeah, thank you.